Morning. Now I'll show you what type of day it's going to be. It's sloppy. It's starting to thaw out, so it's about to get really sloppy in the pasture in the next couple days, because it's like 40 degrees outside at the moment. I'm heading out to feed the cows again. Today is Monday. Got school tomorrow, so that's not very fun. Right now there's a tire guy. He's up changing tires on the T8300, which in the last video, if you haven't watched that, go check it out. I did move that tractor and hook it so that the tire guy could get to the tires. So I'm heading out with a scoop of the mixture and a hay bale to feed the cows. Dad and Jared are both hauling grain, and after this I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I know I got practice at 3 o'clock, and then before that I think I got to pick my brother up from some school event that he's doing. I don't know what it's called. It's something to do with learning. Something I never did. That's for sure. It's like a spelling bee, I think. I don't think it's a spelling bee. I don't know what it is. As I said, it is starting to get sloppy again. I was going to change it where I was just going to feed bales. Dad actually told me to do so, but the tire guy already made it here, and he already had tires placed on the forks. So the spot that I put the 300 in was it's not the greatest spot, but it's my fault that I didn't change the forks yesterday. But I think it's gonna be fine today. It's pretty solid still. There's some wet spots, but it's pretty solid. I'm definitely not going where they are right now, but you can see them up on that hill. I'm gonna feed them kind of in this bottom area. They're slowly gonna move closer to that gate as this week goes on, because you can see it's getting muddier, which I'm not for sure how long this is supposed to last. I think next week it's supposed to get cold again. So, yeah, I think we're fine for today. That's definitely for sure. But it is definitely it's starting to not freeze. My windows aren't very clean, but they're gonna get worse. It'll probably be really bad by the end of this week. Actually, might need cleaning by the end of this week. Where's all the cows? I'm gonna make a move down here because this is where I'm gonna feed them. Maybe my camera guy someday will clean my windows and make it a little bit more visible out of these tractors for this camera that I'm holding. Oh wait, I'm the camera guy. Wait, no. Anyways, one of the things that I've noticed as I've driven by, I've been getting scoops of the mixture right beside where they're changing the tires on the TA300. That's probably better for you guys. I'm glad that my family decided to be farmers, because seeing one guy moving around those big tires for a big tractor, it doesn't look fun to mess with big tires on tractors, especially whenever you're changing 4 inside tires. So he has to take off the outside duals, put on the inside duals to put new tires on the inside duals. So it looks like it sucks. But in one trip down of me feeding cows, he showed up a little bit before me. He has gotten a dual off, and he's taken off the inside tire already. So he's an expert at taking off the tires and doing everything by himself. But it still kind of seems, I think I like riding in the tractor and driving the tractor a lot more than changing tires, because that just seems like it sucks. I'd say some things are a lot easier than others, and I think tires on a tractor are probably one of the worst. Unless you're on a tractor and you're changing out tires whenever the tractor doesn't have duals. I'd say it's not as bad if the tractor doesn't have duals, but I'd say, I wonder what it's like with those LSW tires, those big old fat tires. I bet that is a big challenge too. I'm heading back. Whenever I put out my first scoop and my first bale, they didn't really bother me. They didn't really come down the hill. They're starting to travel down the hill. I see a few moving, but We'll see how many are actually by this bale. As you can see, the road's a little sloppy. I'm putting the scoops on the road, and then I'm putting the bales by the tree. Oh my gosh, they're actually moved. They were on the opposite side of that fence over there. That's where I fed them in the last video. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's got my brother in it. Actually, the one behind this video is the one with me and my dad moving augers, which is, actually, that's a really good video. Go check that one out. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and leave a like. And I really enjoy comments because it just helps me. I just really like it. I really enjoy replying to them, and I really like hearing from people and what they think. Yeah, you see what I'm doing now. Yeah, I got my hand over here. My remote control. Ta-da! Yeah, it's a little sloppy on this road. It's getting more sloppy as we speak. But there's a bull. A little bull. He looks like a little runt compared to the other bulls we got. Alrighty. I'll put this bale down now. I guess I can do this one-handed too. I don't have my GoPro stick type thing. So I'm holding it just like a normal phone. That's it. This is a lot harder than just having the phone on the stick, that's for sure. There we go. So I split off all the net wrap, and the reason I do that is cows don't eat net wrap, nor do they need to eat net wrap. And if they do, it could cause some problems with the cow. That's why I like undoing it. That's why you undo it for the cows. Which you can just undo it, and then the cows they rub their head up against it, and they kind of get it off themselves. But I kind of slice down the side too, and it kind of unwraps it more. I don't know what to call it. It's like a cinnamon roll for a cow, I guess. Whenever I unroll it on the side. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get another bale. So, we're on bale 3, and I passed by the tire guy again, of course. And he's got the tire on. He's got the brand new tire on. It's the back right tire. He's got it on, but he doesn't have the dual back on. So I don't know how he does that. He's got a big old air jack that jacks up the back end of the tractor by the hitch itself, which is surprising me, but it is the lowest part of the tractor when it comes to the back end of a tractor, so it kind of makes sense. I'm just kind of surprised that you jack it up from right in the center. I don't know what to think about that. I got all the cows, they're moving over here, and it is getting a lot muddier. So tomorrow, definitely, I'm hoping that tomorrow or tonight or a little bit later this afternoon after practice or something, I'm gonna be able to move up some hay bales behind the grain bins, because I do not want to have Jared and them driving through the farm getting everything muddy, because it's just a lot better with the bales right out behind the grain bins. Then you don't leave trails everywhere on the farm. Moo cows. I think I've been feeding cows, or at least I've been able to feed cows since I was about 11 or 12. I think I started moving bales with the 3-point whenever I was 10. I think that year I started raking hay whenever I was 10, and then I also moved bales one at a time with the 3-pointer. With the 3-pointer. With the 3-point hitch of the tractor, which is this one back here, which that's the easiest one to operate. I do not know where I'm going to put this bale. It's getting sloppy and I don't like it. I'm going to put it right here. which is really easy to operate. You just gotta turn the knob. You kind of just drop it all the way down, and then you back up into your bale. Or at least that's the way it is with this tractor. With other tractors, you might have to put it at like 3 or something like that. But at least with this tractor, you gotta put it all the way down because it has adjustable links on the back so that you can change how high or low the 3-point goes. So, cows are excited about hay. I kinda wish I timed him on how fast he's moving these tires, but he's all done with that tire. He's got the dual put back on and everything. He's moving on to the next rear end tire. I'm almost done feeding cows, so I'd say it took him about an hour to change one tire, which is quite impressive. But yeah, he's not quite, he doesn't have the jack quite on the hitch. He has where the hitch assembly is. There's a place where the hitch can slide back and forth, and it's pretty much almost as low as the hitch itself. It's probably about 4 inches higher, and that kind of, so you can kind of pick which side of the tractor you're gonna raise up by putting it on one side or the other. And yeah, it's not the cheapest thing in the world to change tires on a tractor, but I think that tractor's got about 2,000 hours on it. 2,500. Actually, I think it's about 3,000 hours on it. So we keep a tractor on our farm, at least the newer tractors, about 5,000 to 6,000 hours. So the T8020 that we've got, it's getting pretty close to its due date to getting traded off. But yeah, so about halfway through their life on our farm, we have to put new tires on it, and it's one of those things that you have to do. It's not cheap. It's actually really expensive. It's probably just as much as buying a pretty reliable used car. But yeah, I just lost my hay bale. It's not the cheapest thing in the world to do, but something that has to be done. It's definitely, when you look at the bill, it's like, wow. You can buy a lot of stuff for that. You can buy a new transfer auger for that. You can buy a new side-by-side for that. You can buy a new foiler for that, you know. It's one of those things that's like, are you serious? It costs that much? But it's a big tire. It's done a lot of work. I mean, it's one of those things. We're not changing all 8 tires, which that would be really expensive. But in reality, it's all the inside tires on that tractor that are really shot. I don't know how you'd fix that problem. I'd say it's probably because of the air pressure in the tires. It's not quite right for them to wear equally, but I don't know how that really works. I say it's because it has a lot of on-road use. It has been on the grain cart, and it is also a planting tractor. That's kind of all it's done its whole life. So it kind of makes sense. And then this year we put it on the fertilizer cart because our 8020 is getting a little old and it didn't have the GPS set up in it no more. So I'm feeding the last bale of hay to the cows. After this, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go over to Grandma's, get something to eat. Then I'm going to call my dad and see what time I got to pick up my brother. I got to drive like 30 minutes to pick up my brother, so I think he might be going hunting this afternoon or something. Who knows? Who knows? But I think I got to pick him up early from wherever he is at. So, cows are enjoying the hay. I'm definitely noticing that it is getting a lot sloppier out, and I'm leaving trails where I go, so that's not a good sign. So I'd say tomorrow we're going to move him even closer to the gate, which is not going to be me, it'll be Dad or Jared. So I gotta go back to school, so that kind of sucks. All done feeding the cows, heading back to the shed. I'm gonna go over to Grandma's house, get something to eat, talk to my dad, or call my dad and see what he thinks on what I need to do, or what time I need to leave to get my brother. And I'll see you guys in the next video clip. So I just got back from dropping Grandpa off to pick up a semi. I already picked up my brother. He wasn't for no academic meet or anything. It was for hunting. He was hunting, and he went bird hunting, so I had to pick him up from that journey, and so now I'm heading back to the farm. The tire guy's done, so I'm gonna check out what he did. Supposedly 2 tires they had weren't the right size for the 80/40, but I think the 300's all the way done, so I'm gonna go check that out. Me and Grandpa are getting the black semi again. It's been to the shop 3 times because of the brakes are not hooked up right. I don't know if they were new brakes or what happened, but something's not right with the brakes. We'll see if it's fixed this time. Me and Dad picked it up yesterday, and I didn't record any of that, but it didn't work, so I'm heading back to see what everything looks like. So what ended up happening is the T8040 got 2 brand new front tires, which it needed. They're getting a little worn out, I'm not gonna lie, which it's got about 1,700 hours on it. And then the T8300, it got 2 new back tires, which it really needed, but at the same time it really needs some front tires on the inside. So he's ordering those tires, and they're gonna be put on here before too long. But yeah, got some new tires. They look really good. T8300 definitely needs some front tires put on, but as you can tell, these back outside tires are not that bad. But yeah, definitely not the cheapest thing in the world to do, but you got to keep up on it because it's just one of those things that you got to do. It's just like a normal car. It's just they cost a lot more. So yeah, it's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was another short one, but I just got a lot of things I'm doing today. Right here in the moment, about an hour, I gotta go to practice, and then after that it'll be about 5 o'clock, so I don't know what else I'll be able to do. Maybe fill up a semi or something like that, but we'll see what happens. This tire situation, I really don't know. I think the 80/20 needs new tires put on it, but since we're probably gonna get rid of it before too long, we're probably gonna take some of these old tires from the 80/40, stick them on that tractor. But when it comes to T8300, it definitely needs some front tires put on it, and that's what I think we're having ordered. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because I really like those. I like answering comments because, I don't know, I just like you guys asking questions, and I like answering questions. So I'll see you guys in the next one.